Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about value guitars, best bang for the buck. Everybody's got a herd, I'm sure, that watch these videos, or at least most people do. And I'm sure out of the batch of instruments that everybody owns, they feel that there are a select few guitars that offer them the best bang for the buck or the best value. And out of my limited herd, these three candidates offer the best value, clearly offer the best value of the guitars that I own. Two of them are Strat style guitars, right? One of them is a T style or a Tele style guitar. And let's talk about them and why I feel this way. So first off, all of these guitars are non-big branded guitars. We have a T's, right? T style, SBHE, that's the model for this guitar. In back of it is the MMUSI, which is no longer being made. It's not a current guitar brand at this point, but I bought it as an open box, return, whatever you want to call it, and it's simply a fantastic value from that standpoint. So I have that here, and it's the MMUSI Capricorn Fusion. And then over here is another Strat style guitar from our friends at Jet, and it's the JS400 model. Okay, for those of you that are purists and want to know the colors, this T's is Boomer Blue. That's what Color T's calls it. It's like a Lake Placid-ish blue. In back is the MMUSI, and that is a pearl white with a metallic flake. And over here we have vintage yellow on the Jet. The woods for the body, and I'm just going to do a straight up comparison and then we'll talk about it in more detail. But basswood on the Jet, basswood, oh boy, I'm pointing to the wrong guitar. Basswood on the T's, basswood on the Jet, alder on the MMUSI. The necks, roasted maple fretboard and neck on the Jet, roasted maple neck with a rosewood fretboard on the MMUSI. I don't know if you can see that. Let me just see if I can get that so you can see the fretboard. That's a little bit better. Low budget here, guys, on these videos. Low budget. Should be Low Budget Joe, not Average Joe. If you guys think that's a better name, put it in the comments. Okay, so we just did the necks. Radius of the fretboards. This guy has a 12-inch radius on the T's. Standard 9.5-inch Fender radius on that Jet guitar. And on the MMUSI, it's a compound radius. So it starts out at 10 and then it flattens out to 14. The nuts, well, all three of them have bone nuts on these guitars. Fret ends. On this Jet, they are ball fret ends, rounded fret ends, and they are stainless steel on the Jet. I keep missing these things up. On the T's, excuse me, ball fret ends, stainless steel. On the Jet, regular nickel alloy frets, no stainless steel. On the MMUSI, rounded fret ends, and they're stainless steel. So the Jet and the T's and the MMUSI both have stainless steel frets. The trems, the trem systems, trem blocks, trem arms. Well, the T's doesn't have that, so it's a Tele style, so that's not applicable. But on the Jet and the MMUSI, they both have 2-point tremolos on both guitars. The truss rods are standard on both the T's and the Jet. On the MMUSI, we have the rounded wheel at the base of the neck. Tuners, you got locking tuners on the Jet, locking tuners on the MMUSI, no locking tuners, locking tuners on the T's, locking tuners on the MMUSI, no locking tuners on the Jet. So T's and MMUSI both have locking tuners. The Jet does not. Alnico pickups versus ceramic pickups. Both the T's and the MMUSI have Alnico pickups. The Jet has ceramic pickups. So now that I've done a pretty basic comparison of what you're getting on these guitars, we can talk about them in greater detail. They're all fantastic values. It depends upon what your needs and interests are, right? From a pricing standpoint, the Jet guitar goes for around $249 to $269. I've seen them. The Tees goes for around $264.95. So they're kind of comparable in price, right? They're around the same price point. The Jet, because it's no longer made, if you can find them used or as an open box, which I don't believe there are any more left, you're going to find these anywhere from $150, let's say, to $200. Now, how would I rank these guitars? They're all very good. I wouldn't say one is extremely better than the other. They all have different, in my opinion, different use cases. If you're looking for something that is extremely versatile and can play a whole bunch of different styles of music, I would go with this guy, this Tees, because this pickup here, which is their rail humbucker at the bridge, and the single offer a really interesting tone. You can get, when it's in the bridge position, really heavy tones out of this. If you're playing rock and metal, it would probably satisfy most. And if you go to the middle and the single position, which is right here, the neck pickup, then you're getting more of that mellow. You can get your jazz, your pop styles of music, right? And in between, it's good, again, for versatile music. It's versatile pickup in that you can get, let's say, rock and more, heavier pop stuff. So you can cover mostly everything with this guitar. Country tones also might fit in this area here. You can get this pickup it doesn't have a coil split, but you can get this bridge pickup with amp settings to get the twang as well if need be. It's not going to be the same as a single coil telly, but you can get pretty close. So if you're looking for versatility, I would say this guitar, right? If you're looking for more of a classic Strat experience, and you want something that closely resembles a Strat, might have a minor difference. In this particular case, it only has one tone as opposed to two tones that you get on a Strat. This guy is probably the best choice. It's got that familiar Strat neck, 9.5-inch radius, C-shaped neck. It's just a phenomenal guitar. These ceramic pickups are as good as any Alnico pickups on a budget guitar. Yeah, this guitar is made really, really well, solidly built, feels well. I would say that's the use case. Classic rock, maybe some blues. You want a more conventional Strat experience. That. Now, if you want more of a modern Strat, i.e. something like a Suhr, or maybe a Yamaha, or maybe an Ibanez, something that is a Strat-style guitar, Schecter. Strat-style guitar, but more of a modern appointment, modern feel. I would go with the MMUSI, because this bridge pickup is higher output and heavier than the ceramic on the Jet. You can get more of that metalish, heavy tones out of this guitar than you certainly can out of the Jet. Now, the one thing that separates all three of these guitars is, if God forbid you should have a problem with any of them if you buy them, this guy specifically, you're going to be SOL, I think, because these guitars aren't currently made anymore. So there's nobody with a vested interest in supporting these things beyond the point of sale, in my opinion. So that's one problem, right? With the Tees, on the other hand, you have the extreme opposite, right? So Torsten over at Tees, probably the best service and support in the budget guitar world at this point in time. So service and support, by far, Tees is going to get the nod. They're not. Jet, I have no experience with, but the other issue is that they sell mostly in the UK. They're starting to enter now the US market, and there's not as many distributors selling these guitars. So I don't have any personal experience with service and support from this company, but there's nobody that you're going to call up at the other end of the phone that's going to be picking up the phone like you do with Tees with Torsten. So that's another big factor. But let me put this one back just for a second. But from an overall quality standpoint and bang for the buck, I've already gone over these features that are on these guitars that you're not getting with the average budget guitar. And that's the locking tuners on the Tees and the MMUSI. The stainless steel frets. The Tees has also, I didn't mention this, but full-size pots and a full-size routing in here for modifications. They use some of the better materials for their pots, their CTS pots, and wiring. The bridges, 2-point trems on the MMUSI and on the Jet. The MMUSI has probably even a better bridge, in my opinion, than the Jet does. It's a more heavy-duty bridge on that guitar. It's unbelievable. Rounded fret ends, right? The wheel truss rod on that MMUSI is a really nice touch. Compound radius on the MMUSI neck. What else? Alder wood on that MMUSI. Bone nuts on all guitars. Roasted maple necks on 2 of the 3. I mean, these are all features that are usually sold on guitars that are slightly more money and higher end. So bang for the buck and value, you can't go wrong with any of these guitars. They're all very good guitars. I have demos on this channel for all 3 of these, so you can just check on the videos if you want to hear them and see my comments on the playability. And that's the other thing, playability. I consistently go to this Tees guitar. I've had it the longest out of these 3. And I just love the way this guitar plays, feels, the experience, the whole bit. That's real important too, especially if you're a novice or a home hobbyist or a beginner or whatever the case might be. You want something that feels good to the hand, that makes you want to play it. Similarly, the Jet falls into that camp as well. It just feels like a Strat. It's very comfortable. The MMUSI is the newest one in the herd to me, but it's starting to feel that same way. It's got that compound radius, very thin neck, just a really comfortable feeling instrument. And all 3 of these guitars make me want to pick them up and play them. That's a key. That's very important as well. So, these are of my guitars, these 3 are the best bang for the buck, best value from a budget standpoint, and they're non-branded guitars, non-major branded guitars, meaning that they're not Fenders, Gibsons, Ibanez's, Yamahas, Schecters, whatever the case might be. These are not big brand instruments, but they offer tremendous value. Let me know your thoughts. If you agree, disagree, put them in the comments, please. If you like these videos, please subscribe. The other difference is, and I just want to say this before I hang it up here, with respect to this Tees, not only are you getting the service and support from, Torsten locally, but you're also getting a gig bag. That's the only guitar out of these 3 that comes shipped with a gig bag, for whatever that's worth. So again, any questions, put them in the comments. If you like these videos, please subscribe. And as always, until the next one, be well, stay safe, see you soon, take care.